All right, thanks, John.
And hopefully we are getting more friendly snow coming.
Not that much up here.
Well, we're getting some snow right now. It is friendly snow unless you're driving. It's fluffy snow. It's going to get even fluffier and colder. Some of these guys were out doing a little golfing. Some of the courses obviously have lost their snow. Some of the bench area courses are covered. So why not? It's Sunday, and a day you might get out and enjoy and do a little rest by golfing. 30 degrees in Logan right now, snowing in Ogden and in Salt Lake City, 32 degrees. We had all of this fog that we had to deal with, and this is what Dustin Yerskin shot of the Tooele Valley, pardon me, of the Utah County area, and then he turned the camera up there towards the mountains. This was at Suncrest, and so really the fog wasn't a problem there, and certainly on top of the Davis County mountains looking down into the valley, that's the smog layer. But now with this, I'm going to call this the deformation zone. This is what we were talking about the last couple of days. It is now snowing, and it is snowing hard enough to put snow accumulations on the roads going north towards Ogden, and you can see it right here between Layton and Farmington. We're getting accumulations. I checked the UDOT cameras, and some light snow now falling in the Salt Lake Valley. Generally an inch or less in the valleys, 1 to 2 on the benches. Just getting a start in Utah County. Today, though, so far, as you can see, it was warm in Utah County, 48 in Alpine. Ephraim hit 44. Layton has picked up an inch of snow. Moab was 56 degrees. That was the warm spot in the state. Montpelier 30. Northeast Ogden, Jeff James says 1.3 inches of snow. So we're getting again that 1 to 2 inches of snow falling on the bench areas and 1 inch or less in the valleys. This deformation zone will move south, and the storm is going to increase in intensity across central and eastern Utah before an Arctic cold front slides south into Utah. So windy conditions developing. Let's put this into motion. Here's that deformation zone right there. This is where it will move. We'll see snow showers tomorrow. Here comes an Arctic blast. Now, this is an Arctic cold front. That is going to push, this is the gradient I was talking about, the pressure gradient. The air pressure in Lander is just like a mountain of air, and it's like a slippery slide. It pushes it down through the canyons, and when it goes through those canyons, often we can see very high wind gusts. As I showed you earlier, potential gusts 50 to 70 miles per hour or higher. Sometimes we'll get what we call a mountain wave. So the winds go over the top of the mountains, and then 1 to 2 miles away from the mountains, you get those high wind gusts. That's when you get the damage to places like Farmington. You know what I'm talking about. So it'll stay windy through the day Tuesday, and that cold Arctic air sweeps through the entire state. Everybody's going to be very, very cold. Very cold. Did I say very cold on Tuesday? I really meant it. Snow again as that low pressure moves eastward, even in some of the valleys of eastern Utah, mixing with rain in the lowest valleys. We'll see some brief showers in St. George tonight, early tomorrow morning. Snow along the I-15 corridor will taper off in the afternoon. But again, that shot of cold air still coming southward. In fact, it reaches St. George. We're going to have high wind warnings Tuesday and Wednesday, especially from Tokerville and northward up towards the Black Ridge and those canyons over by the Beaver Dam Mountains. Another storm is lined up for the weekend. So tomorrow, still snow. Still a chance for those showers tomorrow, but not a lot of accumulation. We're still going to be 36 for a high tomorrow. And then look what happens. Well, let's talk about storm potential briefly. Generally trace to an inch in the valleys, 1 to 2 on the benches. Central southwest Utah, 3 to 9, higher in the mountains. Notice I put that, see how the snowflakes are blowing all over the place on Tuesday? 18 for a high, my friends, 3 below zero. That's the coldest day since January 22nd, 2008. Coldest day in 3 years. And then we'll warm up in a little storm for the weekend.
Strange week. All right. Thank you, Dave.
Up
and
down, weird.